Hello, Leo. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. If Leo is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I'm merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Leo, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And look at that, the Lust or Strength card. This is your patron card. This is the card that rules the sign of Leo. So this is going to be very special. Let's put this into some context with our Dove and Serpent spread. Oh, we've got some very strong energy already. Finishing up Path of the Serpent here. Wow. Wow, this has almost given me some chills. The fact that we have the world or the universe at the end, this shows me that your future is really, there's so much potential, right? So much is going on, and I think you are, you're just about to manifest like your future, right? Let's look at the mystery card. Let's select the mystery card, I should say. And we're going to set this aside. We're not going to look at it, not until the end. Okay, we'll put the frog right on top. Thank you, frog. And that card will tie everything together at the end. And we also have my cat, which is another symbol of Leo. So I think this is a really special reading for you, Leo. So let's take a look at what we have. We have major, major, major. We've got fire, fire, fire. We've got some air, and we've got some earth. What we seem to be lacking is the water, okay? And it could be that perhaps we're lacking this water because right now there's no time to be emotional. There's no time to be sentimental. Okay, maybe that's going to come after. I think what we have right now is a lot of activity. Okay, I think that there is so much going on, and I think you have your focus set on different things, right? Let's start with this Lust or Strength card. I mean, this is some very, very typical Leo energy. This is you with this confidence and this pride. You have this very outgoing personality right now. I feel like you're really ready to get involved in stuff. Does that make sense? You are very excited for whatever the day may bring, you know. I feel like you're in kind of an extroverted mode. I think that you are... you're very focused. You're not just out like looking for a good time. You're really focused on your work. You're focused on overcoming challenges. We do see a couple of challenges here, and we see you overcoming them, right? So I feel like there are two things that are on your mind that are difficulties, two things that you're trying to figure out and or overcome, and I think you're going to be doing that, okay? We usually don't use the tarot for predictions, but I'm kind of predicting that you are going to get over these things. And it's very interesting. It's very interesting when we get to these challenges, kind of how they're configured, what the alignment of energy is. But I think you are in the perfect state to tackle these challenges. Okay? I mean, this is really eerie because this is almost like a perfect situation, you know, perfect thing. Anytime there's a challenge, you kind of want to put your best foot forward. You want to be your best self so that you can meet these challenges, and I think you're doing that. Okay, I think you're a leader in whatever work you do. You're an innovator, right? Now you may not be in charge of people. That's not what I mean. You're an example, right? Through your strength, through your, well, integrity, really, right? The respect that you command. You give respect and you receive it. But you're not all over the place. You're not scattered. You're not hyper. You know what I mean? You're calm and you're strong. And I think that's really the perfect energy for you right now, because we don't want to have this kind of hectic or chaotic energy, because then our efforts are going to be a little bit scattered, a little bit wasted. We're going to make mistakes. You want that calm but intense focus, right? I think you have that right now. We had a very good reading for you previous to this one, so maybe we're coming off of that really good energy, and you're starting to put some of these things in place, and things are starting to really move in your life. Okay. What energy should we even look at first? Well, let's talk about this air and this fire, because I see a challenge with this 5. You're going to look at the overhead now. The 5 of Swords, that's leading to some fire energy, right? So the air problem solved by fire. Then over here we have, well, we kind of have an earth problem, but I think it's a fire-earth problem solved by air. So it's air moving into fire, and here it's fire moving into air. So that's very interesting. It's like you know exactly which tools to use for which job, right? Which energy to evoke from yourself to apply to the different situation. I think there's at least 2 major things on your mind right now. Okay. The first one involves this 5 of Swords. Now, the way it's laid out is horizontally, so we don't know if this is, right side up, or if this was meant to be upside down, because it was sideways. So to me, this is some energy that could go either way, right? This is a situation. Maybe there's another person here. We do see 1 court card. So maybe there's an air sign person somewhere involved in this. But I feel like this is really smooth communication. This is being on the same page, clear understanding. And then the next minute, the exact opposite, right? It's a very shifting communication. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down. So I think that there's a struggle here because either your relationship with someone or the dynamic of that relationship, how you're communicating with that person, seems to be fluctuating. Seem to be really in harmony, really in sync one day, the next day, the exact opposite. Okay? And I think this is a challenge for you because you are in this mood where you're very upbeat, you're very outgoing, you're ready, you're confident, you're optimistic. You are crown on top, right? Spirit at the top. Spirit's got the wheel for you right now. You could be dealing with a person who is the opposite, who is kind of down, who is a little bit pessimistic, a little bit introverted right now, right? Kind of an opposite situation. So the dynamic there is difficult because you're not always on the same wavelength that they are, okay? I think it might be an air sign person. Could be. So I don't know if this is maybe a relative, a friend, someone you lived with, a roommate, family member. This could be your significant other. I feel like it's difficult because you're in close quarters. You're in proximity with this person, okay? And so their influence is kind of starting to affect you, and maybe your optimism is starting to affect this person. And really what's moving us forward in this is this strength card, this fire energy, right? So how we're dealing with this air, this maybe disharmony with someone in our life. How we deal with that is by being strong yet compassionate, not allowing their negative energy to affect us and bring us down, right? We're not going to sink into their mood. If anything, we can try to be that example, right? That maybe they can come into our energy a little bit. But to do that, we have to be confident, strong, we have to be resolved, we have to be fortified against the negative energy. And then also, this card it has a connection with the moon. We need to be compassionate, we need to be understanding, we need to have kind of a sixth sense about what this person needs or how we should handle that situation, how we should interact with them. Okay, so whatever this person is doing, whatever mood they're in, if they are very, very argumentative, if they're confrontational, the best thing for you to do is to be calm and confident and try to be understanding. Don't have any of these kind of fiery reactions. This is a very stable fire energy. This is one of the best qualities of Leo, and that's the power, the calm, quiet strength, right? And this is a strength that can resist. It seems unfazed by what's going on around them, right? And I think this is a good way to handle whatever this air energy is. Okay. Now, it could be that this is not even another person. For some of you, this might be your own mind, right? Some of your own thoughts, sometimes being positive, sometimes being negative, and we're struggling to kind of keep everything flowing in one direction, mentally. So that is an idea. It could be that way. It could be that this person's a Gemini. Okay. We do see in the recent past a connection with some Gemini energy. Now, this is the Lover's card. And this is what kind of happened, yesterday, day before, whatever. I'm feeling like this is you starting something new, making a choice to unite with something, whether this was a person, maybe this air person. Maybe this is you starting a new job wherein you're having this air kind of difficulty. I feel like there was a new situation that you got involved with, You recently came together with something. And it may be a person, though I kind of feel like it's an organization, a company, a business, maybe a charity, maybe a religious organization, a church, a temple, a lodge, an order. But it could be something deeper than that. It could be something more romantic, could be a new relationship. Wherever it is, this I think is where we're getting some of this difficulty with the air energy, some of this miscommunication, some of this disharmony. It's kind of, playing phone tag with the vibes, They're not always matching up with each other. So this is kind of what we see, over here. And it may be a Gemini person. Okay. I'm getting a Z sound for a name. I don't know if that means anything. If that's the person's name, the company, or something like that, or the organization, something with a Z. Maybe for some of you. But I feel like the Lover's card is really talking about a recent coming together, right, in a meaningful way. So it's either you with your field of interest, your company, a career choice, another person, a family member, could be you reuniting with a friend. It's kind of a new thing, but there's very deep connection there, right? It's someone that there's a very strong bond between the two of you. So it could be a contract if it's a career thing. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's where some of this air disharmony is coming from. But I think the tarot is predicting a very positive outcome here, especially with this fire energy. You have to remain strong and resolved and consistent with your energy, right? Don't get pulled down into the pessimism of this Five of Swords. Stay positive, positive reinforcement, positive affirmations, positive thinking, right? Speak in, with positive communication, encouraging words, that sort of thing. As a demonstration, as an example of your strength, but also as a way to try to share some of your good energy with that person. Again, whoever they are, if it's someone at work, if it's someone in your personal life, if it's a romantic thing, to share some of that energy. So by you being the example, they're more likely to catch a little bit of that fire, and things might start to improve. Because what we're really looking for in this situation is Six of Wands. It's up above everything. It's what we're looking for, right? We've got our eye to the sky. This is what we're looking for. Cooperation, shared purpose, overlapping interests. This is really some energy that is vibing together, okay? And I think that this is going to happen. I think what you're looking for, you will attain. just because we have this Leo card, this lust or strength card, your patron card, this is literally telling me that anything you commit yourself to right now is going to be successful. And what you're committing yourself to ultimately in the end is the entire universe. This is literally saying, do as much as you can right now, because everything you touch is going to turn to gold. Everything you touch is going to succeed because you have that energy. You're in your power right now. Okay? These two cards are just terrific. Together, unlimited, right? This really does, it kind of gives me the chills. I know there's no water here, but this is such powerful and potent energy. Okay? And it's the perfect time to overcome some of these challenges, to really focus on getting past whatever this kind of miscommunication is or this disharmony is. Because you got to get on with the cooperation, because you and this company, this organization, or this person have common goals, right? And this, I think, is really what bonds you. That's why I kind of don't think it's an emotional thing, or I don't think it's a romantic thing, because one, there's no water. But because we have this very strong Six of Wands, and this is what we're looking for. We're looking for someone who has the same kind of drive and ambition, the same kind of fiery, creative energy that we do. Maybe a business partner, maybe it's a colleague, maybe it's somebody that you want to go in business with. We're looking for this strong partnership, okay? And it may not be, I don't want you to think that what we need is another person to come in to complete us so that we can be successful. No, this is your partnership. Remember, it doesn't have to be a person. This is your partnership with that industry, that business, whatever this choice was that you made. This could be you committing to a new path, committing to a new employer, a new career field, a new area of study and university, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be, another person. But we're looking for something that vibes with us. We're looking for something that it's not just you being the strong one and the other entity just takes and takes and takes. You need something or someone that matches you, so the two of you together are like this power couple. You're greater than the sum of your parts. Okay, and this could be, again, it could be with a company, an employer. It could be with whatever the artistic, industry that you're in, whatever the creative work is that you do. All right, so it doesn't have to be a person. I want to make sure that's clear, because you don't need anyone else. If you were doing this all solo, that's perfectly fine too, right? We don't need anyone. This isn't a situation where you desperately need another person in order to be successful. But what you need is harmony. You need to vibe. You need the energy that's going to match yours, right? In whatever exactly we're talking about here. But this air energy is down here at the bottom. This is the Knight of Swords. I just wanted to mention that. This is kind of what you're striving for. You're striving because this is fire of air. Okay, we have a lot of fire in the reading. We have a lot of air in the reading. These are both active energies. These elements expand. These elements rise. These elements are warm. These elements are, communicative and enlightening. They're powerful elements. And you have both of these within you now. You have the creativity and the communication. Now you're just looking for the right counterpart. You're looking to smooth over whatever these little wrinkles are in the energy, so that you can go straight to infinite space, right? Infinite possibilities, unlimited future. These are just little wrinkles in space-time that you've got to smooth out, right? So that's your drive, that's your ambition, and you have these qualities about you right now. And the interesting thing is that Leo, the sign itself is a very stable fire energy, right? It's a fixed fire energy. It's air and fire. It's a fixed sign. So we have, another layer of expression of this air and fire. and the way you can be so steady and stable. You're fixed in your will, in your plan, in your creativity, in your strength, and your energy. And this is just a little wrinkle. It's not going to slow you down. Okay? Let's move over here. We have some another challenge here that we're tackling. And this is another wrinkle. And I think that you are... Well, I think these are connected in some way. Okay? The first one is the Five of Discs, Five of Pentacles, worry, material concerns, general energy. I think there are very practical things that you're trying to get done, right? There's a lot of raw material around you, a lot of, physical things that you have to manipulate and move around, right? A lot of boxes to carry. I think that this is either a financial kind of situation, or maybe it literally is like moving raw materials. Maybe you are moving boxes or something with your home. But I feel like this is really tied into whatever this kind of new commitment is. There's also this idea of having to move things around, right? And the little bit of anxiety that comes with that, not so much anxiety, but this sense like you have this strength, you're wide awake, you've had your coffee, you're ready to go, right? You don't want to have to wait for someone, you don't want to have to drag someone out of bed. You're ready to go. You've had your coffee, you've got your shoes on, you're ready to start doing this work. So I think you're like up bright and early getting started, right? And the challenge is for the challenge, well, I guess we should talk about the five. We have a lot of fives today. We have Five of Swords, Five of Discs, Five of Wands. These are energy in motion, okay? So there's something in this, when we talk about the movement of raw materials, could be the movement of money, could be the movement of literally like boxes or, construction supplies or whatever, like building materials. There is some obstacle there, and I feel like the obstacle is other people going too slow, right? This is movement, okay, fine. This is trying to usher it along, trying to hurry things up. So I feel like in your environment somewhere, either at home, maybe in this, if this is a work situation, wherever this is, I feel like things are also going too slow. There's this communication disruption, and there's also this, there's no sense of urgency around you, right? I think you have the sense of urgency. You've got this five. It's almost like, like the people around you are just not moving at a very quick pace. It's like they don't really feel, they're not fully awake yet, right? They're just kind of moseying. You've got this fire energy, this Five of Wands. You're trying to motivate people. Okay, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's get this done, right? And indeed, this could all be taking place within you. It could be you trying to motivate. You see yourself going a little too slow and you're trying to motivate yourself, Have the extra cup of coffee. So I feel like it's through your leadership, through you kind of taking control, taking the reins, right? Getting up on the pallets and getting the bullhorn and trying to motivate people, like giving that motivational speech, right? Fire and air, right? It's motivational speaking. Maybe you can do that. Maybe you can encourage people to get the let out, as they say. At least they said that to me when I was playing Little League Baseball. I was a slow runner. So maybe we just want people to just run a little bit faster, right? Act like this is really, really interesting to you, Move like you've got a purpose. And I think this could be through some kind of motivational speaking. It's through your active leadership, okay, to get this stuff done. Now, next card is more air energy. This card's in the position of what we don't want, okay? We don't want, okay, now the Six of Swords, I should backtrack a little bit. The Six of Swords is obviously an air energy. But traditionally, this card talked about a journey by water. It talked about a long distance traveling, right? So if we take that water association, this is the closest thing we have to water energy, right? This is something that will slow us down if we start to get emotional about this. You know, if we start to take things personally, right? If we get too sentimental about what's going on, this is going to delay us. This is the obstacle, right? I think what's going on here is that we're trying to be too fire and air, and we're rejecting this, the emotion. We're trying to ignore how we feel about things because we've got to take care of business. We got to be fire and air. I don't have time for slow earth or sentimental water. But this is the card of what we don't want, and this is strictly logic. This is science. This is the plan. These are the blueprints, you know. But this is also us rejecting any kind of intuition, any kind of emotion. We need to let that stuff back in. Okay. We need this card also. This card's what we don't want, but it's what we need. Now we need organization, we need logic, we need a blueprint, we need a plan, right? You can't construct a building without a blueprint or a plan. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it would work. It might, but are you going to take that chance? You know? So we do need the Six of Swords. We need that kind of balanced, focused, very organized, a clear vision of what we're doing and how we're doing it. But we also need to take that journey by water. And this is the part of the card that we're rejecting. We're rejecting this, you know, exploring of how we feel. And maybe it's not easy for Leo to do that, especially when you're right in the middle of this strong, strong Leo energy. But I think we have to slow down and we have to feel how we feel. Check in with your water energy, okay? Because really what you're doing is a deeply spiritual thing. It's deeply meaningful. We have to recognize that. Otherwise, we're missing a huge part of energy here. We're missing all of this water energy, so you're getting an incomplete experience, right? And the universe or world card is all about the whole experience, right? The whole universe of experience that we have. This is about the complete package. But we're missing the water energy, so this is incomplete. So if your question is, how can you have a more full and complete experience of life? You got to take that journey by water, right? You got to explore and check in at least with your water energy, okay? Let's check in with that mystery card, okay? Curious about this one. You know, maybe it'll be some water energy. Thank you, Frog. Maybe this will be the water energy. Maybe this will be a nice 3 of cups, maybe a 6 of cups. I certainly don't want to see, well, I mean, the 5 of cups might be obvious. Then we'll have the 5 of everything. Maybe a 5 of cups would be good. Yeah, let's just go with that. No, it's the sun. It's the sun. And, you know, this really is starting to be a little eerie. The sun rules the sign of Leo, the planet, right? Sun rules Leo. So now we have an even deeper connection with your essential self, with your essential nature, right? This card even represents the zodiac, and this card represents Leo, and this card represents the energy that rules you. And this is air and fire. This is air and fire, right? So the air and fire energy is really what you're thriving on. Stay with that. Keep doing what you're doing. Check in with the water energy. Okay? Check in with it. Right now you are shining so bright that nothing can stop you. The only way to make this any better is for you to just stop for a second and check in with your emotions. Allow yourself to feel. You know, are you feeling frustrated with some of this air energy? Are you feeling joy and happiness, right? Are you feeling frustrated because the world around you is not going fast enough? Just check in with that. You know, check in with how you feel, but keep doing what you're doing. This sun energy is really what's ruling you right now. You have this enlightened vision. Whatever you're relying on to move forward, if it's your intuition, if it's just your kind of your gut instinct, just whatever is leading you, keep doing it. Okay? Because this sun energy is fully active. You're prospering, you're healthy, everything is increasing, everything is getting better and better. You're doing all the right things. We just need to add in a little bit of water and it'll be a perfect picture. All right. Very, very nice confirmation card. We're going to do an extended Leo. If you would like to stick around, just click on the link right here. That'll give you access to every extended reading, not just for Leo, but for every zodiac sign. I want to thank you so much for taking this journey with me. And thank you for letting me read for you.